alone. I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go. I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Father. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my styling. Where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Father.
אהלן, ערב טוב. אהלן, רועי, שלב קם. מי פה עוד איתנו? תגידו היי. בוא נראה. זאת המוזיקה. מה שלומכם? איך עבר עליכם השבוע, השבת? למי הצבעתם בבחירות? מי ניצח אצלכם בבחירות? שיש סיבוב שני? המשל על סטנלי. סטנלי, כולנו סטנלי. לא סטנלי, סטנלי. מכירים את סטנלי? מכירים, בטח שמכירים. מי לא מכיר את סטנלי? תגידו אני. אוקיי, אז בואו נראה. אז אנחנו כבר התחלנו, אז זה לא כבר מתחילים. היום אנחנו נשחק במשחק ישן חדש. מה זה משחק ישן חדש? זה אומר שהמשחק הזה הוא ישן, ממש ישן. במושגים של היום הוא, הייתי אומר, אנטיקה. המלך אחשוורוש בטח שיחק במשחק הזה. אבל, זה אבל גדול מאוד, אני לא ראיתי שמישהו ביוטיוב ישראל עשה איתו משהו כשהוא יצא אי פעם, שם, בימי המלך אחשוורוש. אז אנחנו נעשה איתו היום משהו, אז אתם מוזמנים להצטרף אליי, אל המשל על סטנלי. בואו נתחיל, כן, קדימה. בואו נראה. אוקיי, אז הנה המשחק. והופ, נקפוץ לתוכו. עם קולות המשרד המרגשים. כן, ננמיך אותם קצת. אוקיי. אנחנו במשחק. וקדימה. בואו נתחיל. Begin game. End is never the end is never the end is never the end is loading. never the end. הסוף, אף פעם לא הסוף, אף פעם לא הסוף, אף פעם לא הסוף, אף פעם לא הסוף. כן, וככה קוראים הגיגים. כן? נראה כאילו שהוא קצת תקוע המשחק, אני לא רואה פה לואודינג קורה. מה אתם אומרים? נראה תקוע, לא? הופ, הופ. תקוע לגמרי. זה לא נחמד. משחק שנתקע. על ההתחלה. מה קרה? אנטיווירוס לא אוהב אותך? אולי? בוא, ניתן לך איזה צ'אנס. שוחרר? שוחרר! האנטיווירוס לא אוהב אותו. יפה, אבל הנה, שוחרר. אוקיי. ככה זה לפעמים יש משחקים שהאנטיווירוס לא מת עליהם. נו, לאודינג. קדימה. יש פה אנשים שממתינים. סטנלי. או, זה זז? כן, יפה, הנה. הופה.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
סיפור על מישהו שקוראים לו סטנלי.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
עובד מספר 427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that
מעניין העבודה של סטנלי.
though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. Oh, Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
What?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
אוקיי. אז אנחנו סטנלי, עובד 427, אתם רואים? וכל החיים שלנו, אנחנו קיבלנו הוראות דרך המסך הזה, וכבר שעה לא קיבלנו הוראות. מה קורה פה? אוקיי, אז הפעם הראשונה, מזה תמיד, נאלצנו לקום מהכיסא שלנו ולצאת מהמשרד ולבדוק מה קרה. אפשר ללחוץ פה על משהו? קליק, קליק, קליק? לא? טוב, קפה, משהו? רואים? לא? כלום? טוב. נצא מהמשרד. כן, פה ישב לו עובד 429, גם הוא לא פה משום מה. אין פה אף אחד.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
בדיוק.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
כל העובדים נעלמו. אולי פספסנו איזה הודעה, תזכיר, ממו. אין פה אף אחד.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
כן, זה לא משנה כמה חיפשנו. אם נחפש ממש טוב, לא נוכל למצוא שריד לעובדים האחרים במשרד. תעלומה. אוקיי, נתקדם. כן, מה קורה פה? חדרים ריקים. נראה כאילו כולם הלכו. השאירו אותנו פה לבד. כן. מה זה? משפח קפה. I hate Mondays. אני שונא את ימי שני. כן. טוב. קדימה. הכל סגור. אפשר לפתוח את הדלת. לא, אי אפשר.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his left. Stanley entered the door on his left. למה? למה דווקא on his left? מה אתם אומרים? הוא אמר on his left. אנחנו סטנלי. אז לעשות מה שהוא אמר? רק כי הוא אמר את זה? ואם לא בא לי? טוב, נראה לי שאני בתור מי שמשחק פעם ראשונה במשחק, לא להקשיב שלב, לעשות נגד הכל, ללכת לצד השני, לא לזרום איתו, לא ללכת לפי מה שהוא מספר. נו, מה אתם אומרים? שלב אומר לא להקשיב לכל. למה שלב? בוא ננסה לעשות מה שהוא אומר, לא? להיות ככה קונפורמיסטים. למרוד, כבר למרוד, לא התחלתי לשחק, כבר אני אמרוד. אתם יודעים מה? לא, שלב, בוא נתחיל בלעשות מה שהכל אומר, כל זה שמכוון אותנו. ונראה. הופ, דלת נסגרה. אי אפשר לחזור. שיט. אבל שלא שמרתי. טוב, אנחנו תקועים. עכשיו אנחנו פה. מה זה הלבן הזה? אור מבחוץ? כן, מה זה כאן?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Hop.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Meeting room. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. לא לשנות, אם לא התייעצת קודם עם מנהל הלוח. מה זה פה? מטרות. Push for funding for R&D, research and development of new coffee machine. The future ways was yesterday, tomorrow is now. זה רמזים, משהו. אמפלואי. לא מדברים עלינו. אנחנו 427. רואים פה שקפים כל מיני. כן. Rate at which charts on the same rate of increase in the graph per slide. צחיק. אוקיי, מה זה? To do. Synergize core value. טוב, זה נראה חרטוטים. טוב. דלת פתוחה, נמשיך. הופ, היא נסגרה. אי אפשר לחזור. נהדר. Room closet. ארון מטטים. כן, ארון הניקן.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
מה אמרנו? ללכת לבוס אופיס. עלות, טוב, אמרנו שאנחנו שומעים בכל הכל, אז בואו נשמע בכל הכל. כן. כאן? לא. עוד יותר למעלה? אוקיי. בוס אופיס. פה? מה זה? Executive bathroom. שירותים האקזקיוטיב. אולי הוא לטובתי, בדיוק. אולי הכל הזה לטובתנו. האיש שמספר את הסיפור. או כמו שקוראים לו, באנגלית, הנרטור. כן. אז זה המשרד.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Okay.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
בדיוק.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Okay.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Okay.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
sheer luck, ממש, כן.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
איפה נפתחה passageway? שמה! יפה. הוא מגלה לנו, הנרטור, את כל העניינים. כן, עכשיו זה ייסגר מאחורינו? אוקיי. מעלית. חצנו, נסגר. כן, נראה לי שהוא לטובתנו, מספר הסיפור. הנרטור. כן. מכוון אותנו לכיוון הנכון. אומר לנו מה סטנלי עשה. הוא מספר לנו. מעניין. כן. loading.
Descending deeper into the building,
Okay.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
Okay.
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
כן, אז סטנלי מרגיש, חושך. מתרגש מזה שהוא פעם ראשונה בחיים יוצא מהמשרד, ובמקום לעקוב אחרי ההוראות במסך.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility, אבל פה כתוב Escape. אבל הוא אמר שסטנלי הלך דרך ה-Mind Control Facility. מעניין. טוב, אמרנו אנחנו סומכים עליו, אז נעשה מה שהוא אומר. כן. Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
האם היה לו הכוח לגלות? מעניין. בטח שהיה לו כוח לגלות. אלן צ'יז. כן. עוד כפתור. נלחץ.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
הם אשכרה עוקבים אחרי כל העובדים בחברה הזאת. וואי, איפה היה 427? עוקבים גם אחריו, טוב, הנה, איפה 427? הנה 423, הנה 427, פה. אמפלויר, הנה המשרד שלי, שמה. זה באמת המשרד שלי, אבל אין שם אף אחד. אין גם אף עובד אחר בכל החברה כרגע. סגרו מאחורינו את הדלת הזו, וזה כל מה שאפשר ללכת. אוקיי. כן. אז, מיינד קונטרול. מה זה אומר? שכל העובדים במפעל שלנו שלטו לנו... הוא פוטר. שלטו בהם במחשבות שלהם? מה זה אומר? מה נלחץ? עוד כפתור.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
שאלה טובה, נורטו שלה. האם יכול להיות ששלטו לנו במחשבות כל הזמן הזה, ואנחנו היינו שמחים רק כי שלטו לנו במחשבות?
No. He refused to believe it.
לא להאמין?
He couldn't accept it.
אני לא מאמין.
His own life in someone else's control? Never.
כל החיים
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
אם הייתי עיוור אל העולם? Facility power.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking,
Mind control status
eating,
offline.
Working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Oh my God.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
אני אפרק את כל המכשירים האלה פעם אחת ולתמיד. מפה הם שלטו בכל העובדים בחברה. אופליין. Mind control status אופליין. אני לא מאמין שזה באמת, ואני כאילו באמת... כן, אני לא מאמין. אני סטנלי, לא? אני לא מאמין. מה קורה שם? Mind control status offline. כפתור. 5, ללחוץ? בוא נלחץ. מה זה עשה? כלום. Mind controls idle. Awaiting input. אוקיי. יש פה תוכנה ששולטת במחשבות של העובדים, במחשבות שלנו. Mind control idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
אני סטנלי, והוא עכשיו אמר שאני אשים לזה סוף. אז אני אשים לזה סוף. אוף! כן. מה קרה? סוף? נגמר המשחק?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
כן. אי ודאות, זה באמת מה שקורה לי כרגע. האם זה נגמר? נו?
Yes.
Yes!
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
כן.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go.
אף אחד לא יגיד לי לאן ללכת ומה לעשות.
Wherever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yes, כן. Stanley stepped through the open door. אז אני עוקב אחרי מה שהוא אומר, לא? כן. אז אני יוצא,
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Bull.
Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. נהדר. או שלא. כן. או שלא. או שכן. או שלא. או שלא. הנה אנחנו שוב בחדר 427. מעניין. אוקיי. אז לא ניצחנו. טוב. אז הנה אנחנו שוב בהתחלה.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
עכשיו, חביבי, simply go to the meeting room. זה לא כל כך זה... מה אכפת לי מהמיטינג רום עכשיו?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his left. On his left. אבל יש גם את on his right. מה אתה אומר? מה אתה אומר, שלב? מה יקרה אם נגיע לסוף ונלחץ על ה-on במקום על ה-off? מה יקרה אם נפנה עכשיו ימינה ולא שמאלה? אני אומר בוא נבדוק. בוא נבדוק. מה קורה אם הולכים ימינה?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Of course.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
קודם ב-employee lounge, בחדר העובדים. כן. To admire it first. אולי באמת, כן. אולי זה מה שסטנלי רצה לעשות. הנה הלאונג'.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
כן, אפשר לשתות משהו? לא? טוב, לא.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first open door on his left. הוא אומר לנו ללכת על הדלת הראשונה משמאל. אין מצב עכשיו שאני עושה מה שהוא אומר לי. Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
בדיוק. סטנלי, חביבי, סטנלי גמר לשמוע על העצות שלך. כל דבר שאתה תגיד עכשיו, סטנלי יעשה הפוך. כן, warning. Do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion. נו, אז לאן אפשר פה ללכת חוץ מאשר לקפוץ? Do
Look,
not,
Stanley, I think
do
perhaps
not
we've
jump.
gotten off on the wrong but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
יופי. אז אני מת. כי לא עשיתי מה שהוא אמר. מההתחלה. טוב. אנחנו נראה.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All of
What
the
could it
workers
mean?
was gone. What could
Stanley
it
decided
be?
to go to the meeting room.
Meeting
Perhaps he had
room.
simply missed a memo.
אולי פספסתי ממו. בוא נראה. אולי פספסתי איזה ממו באמת. כן. מה זה?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
His door on his left. No way, Jose.
This
On
was
his
not
right.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
נכון.
well.
ידעתי
Perhaps
את
he
זה
wanted
טוב.
to stop by the employee lounge
Employee
just
lounge
to admire it.
Just to admire it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
No.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Exactly. אני לא אקפוץ עכשיו.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
לקפוץ?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
אתה לא
I
האויב
realize that
שלי?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
Yes.
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
כן.
Someone you've forgotten about.
סיפור עליי.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For who? For
This
her.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who is her?
She's been waiting.
מי? מי מחכה לי? על מי הוא מדבר? העבודה שלי? מי? מה זה החברה הזאת? מה הם מכרו? כן. Oh shit.
That's her, Stanley.
Me?
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
לענות לה?
then pick up the phone.
לא, לא עונה לטלפון.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
כן, ניתקתי
No, that
חביבי.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
כן.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone.
Okay.
He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
כן.
How is that even possible?
לא יודע.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
מה
Why
ראית?
had I not noticed it sooner?
כן.
You're not Stanley.
אני לא
You're a
סטנלי.
real person.
אני בן אדם אמיתי, לא סטנלי?
I can't believe I was so
עלית עליי.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
נו, הראת לי את הסרט. מה עכשיו? תרגול, practice. כן. תרגול של קבלת החלטות.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
כן.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
קדימה, קח אותי לתרגול.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
This way, please. ואם אני רוצה לא ללכת ל-this way, please, חייבים? אפשר לחבר חזרת הטלפון? לא? This way, please. אפשר לסגור את הדלת? לא, טוב, נצא. מה עוד? אוקיי. קשה. לקבל את ההחלטות הנכונות. מה עכשיו? עוד פעם לשם?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. אז לאן הוא רוצה שאני אלך עכשיו? שם? כן. Caution, זהירות, do not lie. If you are lying, right now, stop. אם אתה משקר עכשיו, תפסיק. אני לא משקר. טוב. מה עכשיו? מחזיר אותנו אחורה.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay, רוצה שאנחנו נחזור ונבחן.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yes.
he entered the door on his left.
his left. כשסטנלי הגיע לחדר עם 2 דלתות, אני הבנתי נכון, הוא צריך ללכת, הוא בחר את הדלת השמאלית. ככה המספר אמר. אבל... לא, אנחנו נלך שוב ימינה. רגע.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
מה? מה no? אוקיי. הוא מתעקש שאנחנו נלך שמאלה. ימינה, בכל זאת. כן. סגור. מספרים התהפכו. מה קורה כאן? איזה בלגן נהיה כאן. מה? מתעקש שאנחנו הולך ימינה, טוב. שמאלה. שמאלה, יאללה. כן, נו. אז הלכנו שמאלה, הכרחת אותנו, יופי, מה עכשיו?
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you...
Okay.
My story, you've destroyed my
הרסתי לך
work.
את הסיפור.
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
Oh, מה כתוב פה?
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
אתה חייב לסגור לי את המשחק? סגר לי את המשחק, אני לא מאמין. מה עכשיו?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish.
כן.
With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
כן.
Now look where we are.
כן, ניסינו להתחכם, איפה
My entire game
אנחנו?
is destroyed.
כל המשחק נהרס. רק כי רציתי ללכת ימינה במקום שמאלה?
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
כן.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you?
הכל מוקלט, שלב, תבוא לראות אחר כך. מה, נו?
My story.
סיפור.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his left. On his left. ואם אני אלך על הלפט, אז הכל יהיה בסדר? כאילו, אני אהיה סטנלי, ואז הכל יהיה בסדר? כן? אז רק צריך ללכת פה שמאלה, והכל יהיה בסדר, ויהיה מה? כן? שמאלה. לא. כן. לא. אני הולך ימינה.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
שסטנלי הגיע לשתי דרכים, הוא נכנס לדלת בשמאל. אני מת להמשיך להיות עקשן. ימינה, שמאלה, נזרום איתו, ימינה, שמאלה. טוב, שמאלה, נו, בסדר, שברת אותי, יאללה.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, how to solve a dispute with co-worker. איך לפתור ויכוח עם עובד נוסף. אלן ווינטרסנו. כן, מה זה מצגת? PowerPoint על איך לפתור בעיות? Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Okay, everything is okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. צחיק. כן. זהו, נגמר המצגת. A number of these slides, charts and slides. יש פה עוד איזה משהו מעניין? What is hot? Teenagers. Demographics. Stock market. טוב, נמשיך. אז סטנלי הלך לחדר של הבוס שלו. הבנו, בסדר. זה הבחר של הבוס שלו, הוא למעלה.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
קודם היה גם ללכת למטה, עכשיו אין. מעניין. אוקיי, אז הוא הלך לחדר של הבוס שלו. הנה, הלך לחדר של הבוס שלו. נעלם השלט, פה היה שלט למעלה מקודם. Executive bathroom. אני נשבע. אוקיי, אז לא. מה עכשיו? גם זה לא היה. לא היה צריך לטפס.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Okay.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up. But now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
את רוצה שאני אגיד את המספרים? מה, יש לך מיקרופון? אתה מאזין לי?
Stanley spoke the code.
כן.
Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
into the receiver. Right there on the wall.
נו, הנה, אני פה. מה, הוא ישמע אותי? מה, אני אדבר? מה יש לו?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
נו, אמרתי אותו. בוא נתקדם. נגיד שאמרתי. נגיד שאמרתי. נגיד שאמרתי.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
No.
But you know what?
No.
It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
לא רק שהוא זרק אותי.
Stanley?
Stanley?
Hello? Is everything okay?
מה?
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
מה?
Can you hear me?
Stanley.
Is everything all right?
אנחנו עוד פעם נזרקנו.
Stanley, this is important.
החוצה מהמשחק.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both.
אנחנו תקועים מעל המשחק וסטנלי למטה!
Whatever you do, I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
Do something.
Anything.
Anything.
This is more important than you can ever know.
No.
I need this.
You need
this?
The
story needs it.
Story needs it?
So, you hear me?
שומע, נו, תחזיר אותי למשחק.
Okay.
okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
כן. מה, באמת נגמר? לא, הנה, מתחיל מחדש. גלינג. התחלנו מחדש. טוב.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
Okay.
Minutes? Days? Centuries?
בדיוק, כמה זמן ישבתי שם?
Happen while my senses were turned?
מה קרה שם?
He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
More careful with time. אוקיי, זה אומר שצריך עכשיו להחליט מהר.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
he entered the door on the left. He entered the door on the left. אתם חושבים מה שאני חושב? עוד פעם ללכת ימינה? כן.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
נכון. Just to admire it.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first door on his left. נלך שוב לשם? לא, בוא נלך the first door on his left. יאללה, נו.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
אתה צוחק עליי. נראה לך שאני אלך ישר קדימה כשיש פה כפתור ללחוץ ללכת למטה? כן. אוקיי. זה סימן טוב, משהו
But
מתקדם.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
left? אי אפשר right? סגור? סגור. סגור. טוב.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
צחיק.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
תבדוק אם זה היה left or right. כן.
Let's see, we went down right, left,
left,
down,
right,
left, right.
כן, תחליט.
Yep, okay, yes.
yes.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way. Okay. This way. מה פה? מכונית, כלום, ימינה. כן. הגענו.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
אבל ראינו את זה כבר קודם, זה החדר הזה של המיינד קונטרול.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Okay.
How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
מה? עוד פעם מההתחלה. חבובני, אני אראה לך מה זה.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. When he got to the...
Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Something changed?
Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's find the story. איפה הסיפור? פה אפשר לעבור? לא. אולי כאן, אולי כאן, אולי שם. איפה הסיפור? אולי עוד פעם מהפינה הזאת, או מכאן? טוב, בוא נבדוק. מה? מבוך? כן, מה יש פה? כלום.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
היה סיפור?
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
בדיוק,
But it's got to be better than this.
נכון.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
הוא התחיל את זה מחדש, אני לא מאמין.
All of
Stanley?
his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
בדיוק. אולי הוא פספס איזה מזכר, ושם כל החברים שלו נעלמו. כשהוא הגיע לשתי דלתות.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
זה גרוע.
This wrong.
איפה?
It's possible the story
איפה
is
הדלתות?
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
טוב, נחזור ונראה אם פספסנו משהו. כן. נו. מה פספסנו? אולי פה? לא פספסנו כלום, בחייך, נו, מה? תפסיק לשגע אותי.
Aha!
Aha!
I knew we'd miss something.
מה?
The story. Here it comes.
את הסיפור. נו, מה פספסנו עם הסיפור? כן. יופי.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
כלום.
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
אתה צוחק עליי? אין פה כלום, אבל אתה לוקח אותי במעגל... ג'יזוס, מה קרה פה?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
גם אני לא.
Is this the story?
זה
I
הסיפור?
don't think so.
אני גם לא
I
חושב
can't
שזה
quite
הסיפור.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
בדיוק.
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
מה?
You win!
ייי!
Congratulations!
ניצחתי.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
זהו?
Oh, no.
לא?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
אז מה?
Okay?
מה עכשיו?
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
פעם עושה לי ריסטארט. עובד עליי. איזה מין משחק זה. או! הנה, עכשיו הוא מסמן לי את הקו. The Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
All right. I've got a solution.
Okay.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost,
Okay.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
ברור.
Line. Just follow the line.
Follow
How
the
simple
line,
is
כן.
that?
למה אני עוקב אחרי הקו שלו? לא רוצה לעקוב אחרי הקו שלו. אני הולך לאן שאני רוצה. כן.
No, no, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
טוב, ראש קשה. הוא לא רוצה שאני אעשה מה שאני רוצה שאני אעשה מה שהוא רוצה. נו, אז הנה.
You see?
Okay.
The line knows where the story is. It's
Okay.
over in this direction.
הקו יודע
Stanley,
איפה
to
הסיפור?
destiny. Though, here's a thought.
כן.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
זה חפיר.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
וואו,
Hang on.
בדיוק.
That
Hang
got a
on.
bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
בדיוק,
You know
לאן?
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Hey, hey! אני אלך על הקו, אני מבטיח, כן. איך הוא רוצה שאני אלך על הקיר בדיוק? נו, אפשר לקפוץ? אפשר לקפוץ.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
מה להסתכל? מה פספסתי?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
צריך ללמוד את החדר הזה? Departmental Accounts. Budget Analysis. Financial Records. Corporate Imbalances. Monthly Ledgers. Annual Reviews. Consolidation Reports. Departmental Accounts. נו, נגיד שאני אזכור מה שמופיע פה. נגיד. כן.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
What?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
מה אתה רוצה ממני, בן אדם? לקחת אותי סיבוב, שמת לי קווים, הלכתי ימין, הלכתי... עשיתי מה שאתה רוצה. מה עכשיו? הנה 427, זה המשרד שלי, מההתחלה. כן, מה עכשיו? שוב הגענו לפה.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted
אני לא עשיתי כלום.
after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
מה ריסטארט? עוד פעם עם הקו?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, this direction. Okay.
Now, yes. This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
בדיוק.
What do you want our story to be?
סיבוב,
Go wild.
מה, אתה צוחק על זה? אנחנו מסתובבים בסיבובים, במעגלים.
I'm ready for it.
No.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. Okay. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
טוב. פסיכופת לגמרי. לאן זה הולך? דלת. חדר.
Choice.
A choice.
We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
מה?
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
פעם, דלת מימין, יאללה. מה עכשיו? The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's
You've
this?
been playing the confusion ending for...
The confusion ending? You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
מה?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
הכל
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
רגע.
My mind
כל
goes
הסיפור פה,
blank simply because it's written here on this
It from
thing.
maintenance room, end up in monitor room, narrator
Well,
starts the game,
it's up
first
to me.
restart.
Why don't I
discover
get to
second.
decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Huh?
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
אבל אם אתה לא תתחיל את המשחק מחדש...
Time return stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
איך
Will
נדע באמת?
someone come for us? Will something happen?
מה? יקרה משהו?
So,
מה יקרה? לא יקרה כלום. אוקיי.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
תשתוק רגע ואני אקרא.
The destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
בכל זאת עשה לנו ריסטארט. עוד פעם ריסטארט. יש! ריסטארט.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Meeting
Perhaps he
room!
simply missed a
Let's
memo.
go to the meeting room!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his left! No, on his right!
This was not the correct way to the
This
meeting
was
room,
not
and
the
Stanley knew it
correct way
perfectly
to the
well.
meeting room.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
Employee
first, just to admire
lounge,
it.
just to admire it. Okay.
Standing now in this incredible room,
Yes.
Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
True happiness.
Then but eager to get back to business,
Yes.
Stanley took the first open door
The
on his
first open door on his left.
left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
שם כבר היינו. שם כל הקווים וכל הבלגן. מה, עוד פעם ניכנס? לא. נלך לפה, נהיה נחמדים.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
Up
office.
to his
Hoping
boss.
he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Stanley walked up to his boss's office. Up. Let's go down. Down. הולכים למטה. לא הולכים למעלה. מה? הגענו לחניון.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
נכון.
And for
איפה
that
הרגליים
matter,
שלנו?
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
נכון.
Were they
כל
simply
החדרים נראים
repeating?
אותו דבר.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
אני לא חולם,
This
חביבי.
is all a dream.
לא, זה לא חלום.
Stanley felt
עד
to
שתיים
have
בי-ארבע.
finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
וואו, אתה מרחף.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing or thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. While hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Could just what?
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
איך?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
הכל?
I am okay.
I am okay? לא, באותו מקום.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Stanley!
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Boom.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella? Mariella
woke up on a day like any other. She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
נו. זהו? זאת הסיפור על מריאלה? שראתה גופה של בן אדם? שהיה משוגע. מעניין אם זה אנחנו. חזרנו להתחלה.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
חזר למיטינג רום. A door on the left, or a door on the right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
לא.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her.
This is it, Stanley.
This is
your
it.
chance to redeem yourself.
Don't care.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Let her back.
She's been waiting.
She's been waiting. Oh, the phone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one.
הנה, עניתי. עניתי, נו. ו?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Okay.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Oh,
come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Who want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
להיכנס? לא!
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
מה? תן לי לעבור! טוב, נו, אני בא. כן. בום.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
סיפור על המוות של סטנלי? Good morning, employee 427. press 8 on your keyboard. אפשר לעבור. 8, נו.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
נו, עכשיו צריך ללחוץ כמה שהוא אומר, נו. C.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
צוחק עליי,
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
אני קלטתי אותך. אתה רוצה שאני אלחץ P. אם אני אלחץ על O, לא קורה כלום. ואם אני אלחץ על 0, גם כלום. טוב, P.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Okay.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press N to watch TV. N.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the
אבל
earth.
זה מה שהיה
The
לפני רגע
thought
במשחק.
excited him terribly.
Press C to spend time with the boys. C.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
אז ההחלטות שלי לא שינו כלום, אה? זאת הייתה מלכודת כל הזמן? ללחוץ C כדי להכין ארוחת ערב, נו. C.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Game with the baby? לא היה לנו game with the baby. פספסנו משהו? Please press K to tell your kids a story. K.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press M to tell your wife you love her. M.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
ללכת ספי כדי ללכת לישון. טוב, פי.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
לא לעשות את זה? Please press Z to be at work in the morning. לא ללחוץ. טוב, נו, הנה, אני לא לוחץ. אז, אתה משחרר אותי מפה? שחרר אותי! טוב, זה ברור לכם שהוא רוצה שאני אלחץ, נכון? ליצן. כמה אני צריך לחכות עכשיו? מי איתנו פה? ווינטר, שלב, תצילו אותי. מיכאל, מישהו. טוב, נו, לחץ.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
אז מה אתה אומר לי? לא לשחק יותר? ללכת? ללחוץ על 8. To question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Ma?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
אתה תמות! תמותי. תתחיל מחדש. טוב, קדימה.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Ha ha ha. כן.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On his right!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first open door on left. היה שם עוד משהו? לא היה כלום. טוב, נו, נלך
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
פה ירדנו, והיה שם משהו לבחור? לא, רק שיגע אותנו עם הקווים. כאן יש שמאלה וישר. גלינג. אוקיי.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
לא, ירדתי למטה שוב. עשינו את זה כבר. עשינו. פייר. אפשר לסובב פה משהו? עשינו כבר את הברדק הזה, אז למעלה שוב. נו, למעלה. למעלה, למעלה, למעלה. 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 היינו. אבל אולי יש משהו חדש. או, השלט חזר. מה קורה פה? או.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
כן. לנדון. כן. ויורדים למטה. תשמע, דנה, המצב קשה, מצב קשה. אנחנו סטנלי, והמשחק קצת מתעלל בנו, הייתי אומר. הגענו.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
לא, אנחנו עכשיו נברח. Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Stanley would meet his violent death.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes, I'm willingly going to confront my death. Oh, shit. מה זה פה? בום. כמובן. מה ההמשך? אני מת? לא. או, ייי. הגעתי לאנשהו.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
לא!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
או שלא. לא מתנו. פה חסום. צד שני. אוקיי. מה זה? נו. סטנלי פרבל. כן? נו, מה עכשיו? כן, חשוך פה. לא רואים כלום. לאן אנחנו הולכים? אין פה שום דבר.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
בדיוק, מה הוא התכוון להשיג?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
סטנלי כבר היה מת מהרגע שהוא... זה כאילו הקונטרול רום שמכוון אותי במשרד לפה, לכאן, לבחירה בין שתי הדלתות. ואז מה? כן, room, door number 1, door number 2 ו-number 3. The office. אוקיי. צריך תמיד לבחור דלת 3, לא? 3, 2, 1, לא. Button sounds. 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. יפה. כן. מה? קרדיטים? יפה. מה זה כאן? אופיס קומפיוטרס. כן, מגניב. סוליטר ו... אמפלואי דאטאבייס. אפשר להדליק ולכבות. אוקיי, קיבינו אותה, מה עכשיו? פיילינג קבינטס. כלום, מה פה? Nature paintings. המשרד. מה עכשיו? כן, זה המוזיאון של המשחק. אופיס בלוק, אופיס קלוק. תפס. Freedom ending. אוקיי. אופס, מה זה? Countdown desk. היי, היה צריך לעבוד. מוניטור רום אלווייטור. Countdown room. ממש המוזיאון של המשחק. ending. בזה לא היינו. is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Option. Return the game. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development. Each meant the convoy something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. זה הטריילר הראשון שהם עשו על המשחק. מעניין. אין סאונד? אבל זאת היסטוריה. מי שלא הבין עד עכשיו, מדובר במשחק ישן מאוד, שפותח בסביבות 2011. המעשייה על סטנלי. כן, או המשל על סטנלי. יפה. משחק מסוג point and click. מתאמצו יפה. טוב. Exit. Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Click.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Me. Stanley והנורייטור?
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit.
Quit?
There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
Okay. Hello? Anybody home? Yoo-hoo! Stanley. נורייטור. מה קורה? Hello? 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 זהו? שברנו אותו? מה קורה? מה הולך פה? זום. Escape. Begin the game again. Never. Resume. טוב, זה הסוף. זה היה המשל. נתחיל מההתחלה. אין דבר לחוץ, זה לא מגיע, זה לא עושה קליק, זה לא כלום. You can't jump. Achievement unlocked. You can't jump. אז יש פה משהו. רגע. מה זה היה? מה זה היה? סטנלי? סטנלי? מה עם ההוא שמספר את הסיפור? לאן הוא נעלם? הוא מת. החליפה אותו מישהי. נו? כמה זמן הם עוד החזיקו אותי ככה בחושך? חייב להיות משהו. Home, Insert, Delete, Scroll Lock, Print Screen, F1, משהו. Control Alt. כלום. Save, Begin, Resume, Options. לא! The game is now paused. Resume. מה, באמת? Damn! טוב, אז זה היה המשחק. אולי ננסה לשחק פה עוד פעם מתישהו. אולי לא. אם הצטרפתם עכשיו, כדאי שתחזרו להתחלה ותראו מההתחלה, כי מסך שחור זה לא בדיוק המשחק שיש פה. כן, זה היה המשל על סטנלי. משל על עצמנו, בעצם. לוחצים על כפתורים. בוא נראה מי היה איתנו היום, לפני שנלך. תודה לסטרים אלמנטס כמובן. לרוי יקובוב, לשלב, לשלב כאן, כן, צ'יז. מי עוד היה פה? מיכאל. ווינטר סנואו ודן. מגניב. והיו עוד חבר'ה, אני יודע. ראיתי אתכם. שלא תחשבו שלא ראיתי אתכם, ראיתי אתכם. אז כל מי שצופה בנו בשידור חוזר, אם היה מגניב, תעשו לייק. אם אתם רוצים לראות עוד, תעשו סאבסקרייב. ואם לא, גם בסדר. הכל טוב. אנחנו ניפגש בפעם הבאה. מי יודע? אולי זה אפילו כבר מחר. להתראות.